Yo, what up, nyakas? It's your boy Philochko here. Now, before I get to this video, I want to say if English is not your first language, don't bother trying to reply, making a comment. I mean, I love you all, but a lot of times people think they're being logical and English isn't their first language and they're saying the stupidest shit to me in the comments. That's number one. Number two, listen to what I'm saying and not what you think I'm saying. Do I look like the person, or do I, from my experiences, from the experiences you've had watching my other videos, do I seem to be the kind of person to not say what's on his mind? Okay, so listen to what I'm saying and not what you think I'm saying. If you want to go against something I said, put it in quotes in the comments. The quote I use, then reply to it. Not what you think I'm saying. That's what I always see, is shit people think I'm saying. Motherfucker, I'm speaking English, and everyone who understands English should understand what I'm saying. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm not afraid to say anything that's on my mind. So let's get to the damn video. Is slavery wrong? Was slavery wrong? Now, the reason why I want to make this video is because a video I made maybe 3 videos back, it was about a black man who was yelling at a white girl who wasn't pretty. Don't worry. I mean, I love white girls and all, but that one wasn't pretty. He was basically making her feel guilty because of what her forefathers did in America, you know, taking it by force, whether it's tricks or whatever. Disease blanket is still forced, dickhead. Some guy in some other comment said something really stupid. It's still by force. That's why there's not many Native Americans here left. And basically what I said was, she shouldn't feel bad. What happened is what happened. She didn't do it. She shouldn't feel guilty. She should just go on with her life and enjoy the land that her forefathers left for her. Period. If you don't like it, too fucking bad. It's just how it is. Now, I wanted to make this because a lot of people felt I was being heartless. I was being cruel. I was being racist because I supported the white woman who was just the one being attacked and she was crying about it. That I was heartless for supporting her. Well, I'm going to get down to the nitty grit and I am going to speak about why you ain't shit. I'm going to just talk about the whole concept of right and wrong, and I'm going to use slavery as an example. Now, in the comment section of that video, someone mentioned, oh, you said that I said Europeans taking over America wasn't right or wrong, and he goes further to say that anyone who believes in God and the Bible knows it's wrong. I won't even get to that. Don't bring up any Bible arguments because you'll sound real stupid. No Bible arguments, especially about slavery. Don't even do it. And don't talk about killing people. Don't even do it. Because I can show you all this where God loved when people were being killed, or maybe commanded it himself, or even passages where God loved slaves, or slavery, or how to keep a slave. So don't give me none of that bullshit about God. Because like I said many times before, if God didn't want something to happen in life, it wouldn't happen. If God is the controller, the ruler, He's everything. Everything and anything is Him. So if it's happening, it's Him. Gay people, it's Him. So no God arguments. You're going to waste your time. I'm just going to ignore you. But a lot of atheists out there. I'm an atheist not because I want to be an atheist. I'm just an atheist because I don't believe in a God who wants things, basically. If there were a creator, whatever, I don't care about that. I don't argue that. I don't give a shit. But a God who doesn't want this, doesn't want that, that's stupid. That's not me. So, I want to talk about the whole right and wrong thing. Now, I lost train of thought. I forgot where I was before. Okay, now, alright, look. Slavery. It hurts a lot of people's feelings. A lot of people don't like hearing about it. A lot of people don't like talking about it. But when you think about it, just 100%, right and wrong. Was it right? Was it wrong? Well, when it comes to the absolute universe, like one universal rule, was it right? Was it wrong? Slavery was not right. But at the same time, it was not wrong. I'll say it again. It was not right, and it was not wrong. Now, a lot of atheists, like I said before, I'm not an atheist because I call myself that. I just don't believe in a wanting God. A lot of atheists are kind of scared to answer that question. I've noticed it because I watch the Atheist Experience a lot. And they're afraid to answer that question. Like a black guy would say, whoa, slavery, you don't believe in right and wrong, so slavery, do you believe slavery is wrong? And they don't want to answer it straight up. They got to go around it, but I'm going to answer it straight up. I don't think slavery was wrong. And I don't think slavery was right. Let me explain. Now, if you say something's right and wrong, it has to be from the view of something or someone. So, perfect example. I'm from New York City. You can wear shorts outside that show your knees, and it's totally normal. No one has a problem with it. It's very rare to find someone who has a problem with an adult woman or man wearing shorts that show their knees. Right? In New York. That's seen as right. It's fine. You go to other countries, especially Islamic countries and stuff, if you wear shorts like that, you are wrong in their eyes. You're absolutely wrong. You're just 100% straight up and down wrong for wearing those shorts. It's against God, right? So who's right? Are the Muslims right? Or are the New Yorkers right? Or they're both wrong? What is it? Well, it's neither. They both have different views. That's how right and wrong works. So one day in Colorado, according to the law, it was wrong to buy marijuana off the street. No, it was wrong to just buy marijuana without a prescription. Now the law changed. Now it's right. It's okay to buy marijuana from a store in Colorado. Right and wrong changes throughout the years, and it's different through every society. So when you say slavery was wrong, I would ask you from whose point of view? If you say from anyone's, it's just God's point of view, you're stupid. No. If you just say from everyone's point of view, you're wrong again. There's a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot, there are people out there who saw slavery as right, especially the people who benefited from slavery. Of course, they benefited like fuck. They were making money because they had slaves. And it's funny because I say this too, and I mean this shit. I say a lot. I've said this to a lot of people. Like, a lot of black people like to talk shit. Like, oh, they were so fucked up for slavery. How the fuck you know if black people had white slaves that some black people today wouldn't have white slaves? Get the fuck out of here. It's bullshit. You know some of them would. The same ones that pop shit, oh, they had slaves, that's wrong. Yeah, like you wouldn't do it. Like some of you wouldn't do it. I don't like saying that I wouldn't do something at some time, because I don't know how I'd feel at that time and how normal it would look to me. So like if I'm here now and out of nowhere tomorrow slavery is legal and I see a bunch of Russian slaves outside, that would throw me crazy. I don't know how I'd react to it. That would be extreme. But if I was born and raised seeing slaves around me every day, all the time, my mentality towards slavery would be totally different and it would be normal. So that's why it matters where you're viewing it from, who's seeing it, whose opinion are you talking about, what religion, what country, what time scale. It's all different. So there were times when slavery was absolutely normal, and there are times where slavery was absolutely just ridiculous. But you can say slavery was wrong. Of course, that's from your moral view. That's from your view. Fine, I'm not going to say, how could you say that? No, that's your view. All right. But when it comes to absolute right or wrong, there is no absolute right or wrong. Then, of course, religious people love to come back with the whole, then why don't we just go out and kill people? You know why we don't just go out and kill people? There's something called consequences. You understand? Kim Jong-il just got his, uncle killed? What's going to happen to him? Nothing. He doesn't care. There's no consequences for him in that case. He knows it. So he can do what he wants within that realm of no consequences. He doesn't have to worry about anything. But if I go outside and start killing people, if I wanted to in the first place, if I were to go outside and start killing people, what would happen to me? Spetsnaz would come in my apartment, kill me. I'm pretty sure they'd kill me. They wouldn't even take me to jail. They'd kill me. That's a consequence. That's how it works. Consequences control the fuck out of people. You understand? Like Hitler didn't think he'd have any consequences. So he took on the world. But he was wrong. He lost. So that's how it works, people. There's consequences. So the simple fact when religious people say if there's no right or wrong, we can do whatever we want. Yes, we do whatever we want. Everyone does whatever they want unless they're a slave. Everyone does what they want within the realm of the consequences that they are willing to accept. So if I'm in New York and I'm smoking a little dime bag of weed, I know I can go to jail for 2 days. Hell, I'll smoke the weed. If I go to jail, it's 2 days. I'll be back. You know? So everyone does what they want within the realm of the consequences. It has nothing to do with God. It has to do with us controlling us. You understand? It's us controlling us. Now remember, if you're watching this video and you want to complain, please put the quote that you're complaining about. And then you can say things like, well, philosophical then anything's right. Now see, I'm not saying anything's right. I'm not saying anything's wrong. I'm saying it's neither right or wrong. It all depends on the view. Who is viewing it? The observer. Whose opinion? You understand? That what determines right or wrong for that person or that society. But a universal right or wrong, no. It's different everywhere, and it's different for each time period. It just changes all the time. There's no absolute right or wrong. So, a lot of people even try to throw me another Powerball, or other people another Powerball, and say something like, oh, so then child molestation, that's not wrong to you. First of all, to me, fuck yeah, child molestation is wrong. I'd personally go to jail for someone I found out child molested a child or someone I knew or loved. I'd go to jail for it. It's worth it. You understand? But universal right or wrong? No. No. I'm not afraid to say it. No. But it's wrong to me. And I am willing, depending on what it is, I'm willing to defend my beliefs depending on how strong I feel it is. Depending on the evidence. So, child molestation. Even though I know there's no universal right or wrong, I don't like it. I don't like it for reasons of the future. Because when you do that to one, the child is defenseless. Two, it messes with the mentality of the child, and that child is likely to grow up and do fucked up shit to other people because of the stupid shit you're doing. So, according to my logic, according to my mentality, we should not allow that to happen. Whether it's right or wrong, it should be wrong for us, in our society. Whatever country I'm in, that should be wrong. And if it's not considered wrong in my country, I have a problem with it. But luckily for me, in my country, it's seen as wrong. I agree. Let's move on. From my view, it's wrong. Let's move on. If I see it happening or hear about it happening, I'm going to do what I can in my power to stop it. I'm not just going to say, oh, child molestation, yeah, that's not right or wrong. I'm just going to leave it. No, that's not how it works. I have a view. I have an opinion. And according to my opinion, that shit is a no-no, 100%. But then there's things that are debatable, like, can a man have 2, 3, 4 wives? Or 2, 3, 4 girlfriends? Some people say that's ridiculous. It's just the worst thing. I say, shit, if everyone knows and everyone's happy, leave them alone. Now, that's neither right or wrong according to the universe, but in my country, I think that's seen as, when it's a wife, it's usually seen as wrong when you have a lot of wives. But girlfriends, some people, it's normal. So it's all about our view on things. So when I say slavery is not wrong and it's also not right, that's just to a universal perspective. It depends on the person who is viewing it. Now, of course, if you're a black person in America, of course you're likely to be the first to say some shit like, it's wrong. And I wouldn't argue with you. That's your opinion. But when you're trying to put something on a God level, on like a universal level, and just say it's wrong, that's where you're bullshitting yourself and you just sound stupid. You sound really stupid and ignorant. The way life works, and I've said this in the other video, the way life works, man, in reality, you know, I don't even want to say what I was about to say. Everything is basically what it looks like. That's one clue. Everything is really what it looks like. So, like with slavery, yeah, it sucks. First of all, blacks weren't the only people to be slaves. There are tons of other slaves, but in America, when you say slavery, first thing you think of is black people, which makes sense because in America. Everything is what it looks like. So, when blacks were slaves, and you think about it as wrong, I understand you, but when you think it's just universally wrong and wrong to God, how does that make any sense when you can see it, read about it, you've heard about it when it actually happened? How can it be wrong if it's happening? How can something be wrong according to God or the universe when it's happening? I never understood that. It's happening. It's happening. How is it wrong if it's happening according to God or the universe? Explain that. If God is all-powerful and the universal laws are unbreakable according to us, how is it happening? So, someone has to explain that to me because I don't get that part. I really don't get that part. God doesn't like it. It's so wrong. Then why is it happening? And then they like to say things like, well, your parents, like with parents, well, parents aren't omnipotent, so don't give me the parent comparison. Don't do it. Don't give me the parent comparison. You know, everything people usually say about the whole God thing is they make him sound like a parent or something. Like he's not all-powerful. And they like to use the word force with God. Let me explain something to all of you who are going to comment about that force shit and why I hate that force shit. If you're speaking about God, the omnipotent, the omniscient, the everything, the all-powerful, there is no such thing as force when it comes to God, asshole. Let me explain why. If God is everything and can do anything, there's no such thing as force. Because if you saw it like that, life is force in general. I didn't ask to be born, but I'm here. Did he force it? No. He made it happen. There's no such thing as force when you're God. It's not force. It just happens. There's no such thing as force. He's not going to force you to believe. There's no such thing as force. It's just called reality when you're a God. God's not a person. God doesn't have to persuade shit. God shouldn't have to persuade shit. He's all powerful, so it just happens. The instant he even thinks or whatever wants it to be is instantly real. So the reason why I'm saying that, if God wanted something to be wrong, it would instantly just not happen. But these things happen. Why do they happen? It's either because God doesn't care, or there just is no God. Or it's just normal for it, him or her. Okay? So please don't feed me the God doesn't want to force anyone thing. I hate that argument. Please stop it. It's so stupid when it's someone omnipotent. And I think that's all I have to say. Just there's no such thing as a universal right or wrong, people. There really isn't. And then just in case you missed the other video, let me say, then why do we not do things? Like I said before, because of consequences. That's what stops people. Consequences is a motherfucker. Your mind can also be a consequence. Maybe somebody raped some lady. No one found out. He buried her. He got away with it. But every night he's like, shit, I can't believe I did that. And he's crying. He can't sleep. That's a consequence. Your mentality could be a consequence as well. So don't forget that. Consequences control people like a motherfucker. Nothing controls us other than consequences. Real consequences. I mean, of course, sometimes we make up fake consequences like hell. It's a fake consequence. But consequences is what controls us, not God. Alright? And I think I said everything I need to say. I know a lot of people are going to hate this video, but when you attack me, please attack me based on things I've said. Like, use quotes, please. Things I've said. Alright? Not what you think I'm saying. I've never said slavery was right. I never said that shit. I never said slavery was wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm saying according to the universe, or to God, is neither right or wrong. It's just reality. This shit happened. Okay? It's just reality. According to me, was slavery wrong? Yes, it was wrong for the slaves. But it was right for the slave masters. If I could change slavery, would I? Of course. I would just have black people come over here as business partners and we grow that way. Okay? So do I think slavery was wrong? Me, Philutchko, Philip E. Jones. Do I think slavery was wrong? Yes, I think it was very wrong for the slaves. I said it. But universally, it's not wrong. See the difference? There we go. Later.